Hi, I am going today to be doing a tracing of a drawing that I did yesterday. It is 3 Easter lilies on a stalk on top of a cross. So I'm going to begin by taking my carbon paper. You want to make sure that the carbon side is facing the canvas. I'm working on an 11 by 14 canvas, and I'm going to tape this down because there's nothing worse than having your drawing shift around when you're into it and get all out of alignment. That is not a happy thing at all. So let's do this. Now my carbon's a little wide, so I'm not going to put a piece over there, but I'm checking to make sure, since I have line work on the cross, I want it to line up on the side very nicely. So to kind of keep up with what I'm doing, I'm going to start. I'm using a stylus. Now you can also use a ballpoint pen, but if I do this, then my drawing is fresh for me to use again. There we go. That's the beginning, so that's the top extension of the cross. Next, I try to be logical as I move through the tracing so that I don't lose my place, which is easy to do. Very easy to do. But I'm going to show you how to check it before I lift up my drawing. Because again, there's nothing worse than lifting up the drawing and be not quite finished. You could always redraw it, but it's just easier this way, so I'll show you. All right, that should get our cross. I'm going to start at the top of this lily. One time I was painting a portrait of someone of note, and a young lady said, "Oh, Miss Parsons, I would love to watch you paint." And so I said, "Well, that'd be just fine." And we worked out a time for her to come over to my basement daylight studio where I painted. And she came over, and she was there probably 4 or 5 hours. We had a nice time, and she must have gone home because in a couple of days I got a very nice letter that was a whole page, single spaced, on lined paper like school paper. That tells you how much writing she did. And one of her main points was, "Miss Parsons, it was like watching grass grow. The process was so, so slow in that case. So watching me trace this might be to you a little bit like watching the grass grow." Dun, da, da, moving right along. This is really going quite well, actually. Moving right along. Sometimes I forget what I've done, so I just go right back over it to make double sure, because it won't matter underneath. Okay, I think I did that, so I'm going to do this leaf. I'm not going to check it yet. I know I did that bottom part, or I think I did that bottom part. Maybe you know. We'll do this leaf. Making good progress here. Again, just think the grass is growing. I'll save the flower part till after this leaf. Closing in here. Stay with me. This is kind of boring to watch, but I guess if you can hear my dog barking in the background, that's her commentary on things this morning. Where I am, it is a beautiful sunny day today. And since we recently had snow, this is a big happy change. So it's an appropriate thing to be doing an Easter lily for me at the moment, although this is something I would love to do any time of year. Love to draw and paint flowers. Now, closing in, almost there. Now, actually, I don't remember if I did that, so I'm going to just untape one side down here. Well, this too. Come on, little piece of tape. Let's see, how are we doing here? Ooh, that didn't show up at all. That is very, very light. So I'm going to go back and retrace. I'm not even going to show you because you wouldn't be able to see it. Need to bear down a little bit more. I should have checked it earlier, I guess. That's a shame, but that happens. Next time I'll check earlier. The canvas is bowing a little bit, so that made a difference. Well, that's better. I can see it a little bit now. I wonder if I'll be able to see the top. Sometimes in my classes, this happened recently. I was doing a program for a garden club that my mother had started when I was about 3 years old. And all the ladies in the garden club had done such a nice job getting their image. Okay, this didn't show up. It certainly does make it better to know at this point than down the road. But sorry, you're having to bear with me and do it again. Okay, let's see. Doing good. Yep, this one didn't show up either. Phooey. Let's see, get this all taken care of here. I wish I didn't have to do this twice, but it's better to do it now than lift this paper up and try like crazy to get it in the same position. Let me see. Okay, I can see that. I can see that, but I can't see anything else. Rats. So we'll just go back over everything. Happens to the best of us, right? You can believe I am really pressing on this stylus. This is drawing paper, so it's pretty thick, which is also making a difference on why it didn't imprint. because it's a really nice drawing paper. Okay, one flower to go. Silly me. Again, better to do it now. Get the bad news before it really makes a difference. Moving right along. Boy, you can believe I am bearing down hard. I believe I have made just about every mistake or backtrack that's possible in art. Some people have told me, well, it makes you a better teacher because you've dealt with it. And that is, I don't know about how good a teacher, but I try. And I have certainly made about every boo-boo I think is humanly possible in art and painting. All right, now, try this one more time, see if I'm a little more successful. It's going to be hard for you to see this, but I can see it, so you'll be able to watch it progress as we paint. Let me check this part. Whoops, can't see that. Now, also, I would want you to know that on this particular stylus, not every stylus has two sides, but one has a bigger ball than the other one, and I use the larger one because it doesn't cut the paper. So, of course, I put the little one down, but again, this paper is really, really thick. All right. Can't see this line. When we start to paint this, it's going to look very mysterious, like I'm really smart and just doing it all freehand, but that will not be true. I actually do have some line work down here. Okay, I think we're ready to go, except for right there. Okay, let me take this off, and you can see what you can't see. All right. Again, I'm sorry you are not going to be able to see that at all. I'm looking at my screen, and it just looks blank. But I promise there's a little bit of a shadow image of what you've just been seeing on my paper. So, ready to paint now.